opponents speak, and I'll let 2 people speak, and then others can make short comments, and then we'll go to the other folks here.
Yes, thank you.
So we have a consistent hearing.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Jason Rhine, League of California Cities.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much for this special hearing and now testimony on this bill. We at the League, we are making a very conscious effort this year to come to the table and work on many of these issues. It's actually, in fact, one of our 4 goals for the year is addressing this housing affordability, challenge that's gripping many of our communities. Unfortunately, with SB 35, we have 3 or 4 really fundamental issues with the measure. I think starting, we strongly believe that we can have the planning process, we can do CEQA, we can hear from our residents on the front end, and then offer up some sort of by right ministerial process after the fact. The fact is, under SB 35, many of these permits will be handed out based on old and dated documents that have not had new or current environmental review. And again, we don't have to make a choice between either of those two. I mean, we have very strong values in this state around public engagement and transparency, particularly at the local level. We have very strong values around the environment and protecting the environment. And I don't think our organization doesn't think that we need to choose the environment over housing. We can accomplish that by doing both. The other issue that I would like to bring up is around RHNA. We all have different opinions on whether it's good or bad, but RHNA really is a planning and zoning exercise. It's not a housing production mandate, and it was never intended to be a housing production mandate. So I think if the legislature wants to have a discussion around coming up with a way to come up with a production mandate, that would be one discussion. But I think to use a tool that really is planning and zoning and make it into something it's not really isn't an appropriate thing to do. The final thing I'd like to mention is the parking requirements that are in the bill. As the bill is currently in print, not the amendments, and it's difficult to talk to the amendments since we haven't seen the amendments. I saw an outline of amendments, but I haven't actually seen the words. But as far as limiting parking requirements within the local jurisdiction, it obviously is an issue of concern. I think if anybody in our community, well, those who know best about parking are those who live in the community, those who are represented by the community. They know what are the needs in that community. So to have a state directive to eliminate all parking, it is a concern. And for that, we oppose SB 35.